The sentence hit my ears before my brain could translate it. "Marion, I think it's best if you leave." My father's voice carried down the dining table with the same chill precision he used in court. The chandelier didn't dim, but my vision narrowed anyway. I kept my smile in place while my fingers tightened around the wineglass stem until the bowl threatened to crack. Conversation evaporated. Forks froze. Across from me, my sister Sloane's lacquered grin slipped. My brother Grant studied his salmon like it might offer a defense. Every cousin, colleague, and polished stranger turned toward me. Some confused, most not. They'd been waiting for the moment I was finally named the problem. Dad stood at the head of the table with his toast unfinished, hand still raised, eyes on me like I was paperwork he'd just stamped, denied. The thick invitation, the demanded RSVP, the place card at the far end beside Aunt Denise, who'd asked Evan if he was my driver, none of it had been accidental. A public execution dressed up as celebration. I'm Marion Hale. I'm 34, and I run a publishing imprint that pays my bills and gives first chances to writers no one else bothers to see. Tonight, apparently, that makes me expendable. I pushed my chair back. My napkin slid off my lap and landed soft on the hardwood. I didn't reach for it. I'd learned young how to swallow humiliation without choking. Beside me, Evan's chair scraped back too. My husband rose with a quiet steadiness that made the room straighten in reflex. He didn't look at me. He looked straight at my father, and something hard gathered behind his calm. "I'd like to make a toast," Evan said, lifting his glass. My father's jaw tightened. "This isn't your place." "That's debatable," Evan said. He raised his glass. "To the woman you just tried to erase, my wife." Heat flared behind my ribs. Not tears. Anger, clean and overdue. I tasted metal like my body bit down on a scream. Evan didn't recite my job title like a plea. He spoke in facts my father couldn't sand down. How I'd finished school after Dad cut the checks. How I'd worked shifts that hollowed me out. How I'd built an imprint from a borrowed desk and stubborn belief. How I'd fought for debut writers and gotten them into the world. Dad's hand whitened. "You're being inappropriate." "Humiliation was inappropriate," Evan replied. "This is honesty." Around the table, eyes slid away. Aunt Denise studied her plate. Sloane's mouth opened, then closed. Grant's face went the color of wine. Evan turned to me. "You don't have to keep buying admission to a place that only wants you quiet." Something in my chest loosened. I slid my purse strap onto my shoulder and felt the hard edge of the small black notebook inside, months of dates and quotes I'd written down when sleep wouldn't come. Proof. I looked at my father. "You wanted me gone because I don't match your mold. Fine, but you don't get to define me and dismiss me in the same breath." His stare stayed flat. "If you walk out, don't expect support." I nodded once. "Your support was always a moving target." Evan set his glass down with a soft click, then took my hand. We walked past the place cards, past the chandelier, and out the front door into air that felt sharp and new. In the car, my hands shook. Evan squeezed my fingers. "Still with me?" he asked. "I'm here," I said, finally. At home, I pulled the black notebook from my purse and set it on the counter. Dates, quotes. Who smiled? Who watched? I opened my laptop and typed. "Tonight, my father told me to leave." The next paragraph came fast, then another, like air returning to a collapsed lung. On Monday, my editor, Tessa, met me with coffee and steady eyes. I told her what happened at the table and what happened for years before it. When I ran out of breath, she said, "Write it. Keep the proof." I did. Months of dawn sessions, of shaping humiliation into something that couldn't be dismissed. 2 weeks before publication, Dad's attorney sent a letter meant to muzzle me. My lawyer read it and shrugged. Truth doesn't scare easily. The book released on a rainy Tuesday. By Friday, readers were writing, not for gossip, but for recognition. "This is my family. I thought I was alone." Each message felt like a hand pulling me upright. Grant went silent. Sloane fired one email. "You've humiliated us, and I answered once. I'm free, that's different." A year after that dinner, I rocked my newborn daughter while friends laughed in the next room. On the console sat an unopened envelope in my father's handwriting. I left it closed and whispered to my daughter, "You don't have to earn love, it's already yours." No conditions, no checklist,